A global shift in the making? What if I told you that a single meeting in the heart of Africa could shake up global diplomacy? That in Ouagadougou, the capital of Burkina Faso, two leaders sat across from each other, not as patron and client, but as equals, and set the tone for a new era of US-Africa relations. This isn't just another handshake and smile diplomatic affair. It's a moment that could redefine how African nations engage with global powers. And here's the twist, it's happening just days before Donald Trump's return to the White House on the 14th of January 2025. Welcome back to My Planet Updates. As we explore today's video, we'd love your support. Please consider subscribing to our channel, like and share the video. Your support helps us grow and bring you more updates. Stick around, because what went down between Burkina Faso's Prime Minister Rimtalba Jean-Emmanuel Ouedraogo and US Ambassador Joan Locard is more than just political rhetoric, it's a shift in Africa's diplomatic playbook. High-stakes talks in Ouagadougou. Picture this, inside a high-security government building in Ouagadougou. The mood is serious, the stakes high. Burkina Faso's Prime Minister, Rimtalba Jean-Emmanuel Ouedraogo, sits across from US Ambassador Joan Locard. The timing of this meeting is no accident. With the world watching how Trump's administration will reshape US foreign policy, Burkina Faso is making its move, establishing the rules of engagement before the new White House team even settles in. No begging, no deference, just straight talk about security, sovereignty, and economic independence. What happens next could determine whether Burkina Faso remains under the thumb of global superpowers or emerges as a self-reliant nation shaping its own destiny. The big picture, Burkina Faso's diplomatic evolution. For decades, African nations, including Burkina Faso, have been treated as mere recipients of aid and security assistance, often with heavy political strings attached. But under Ouedraogo's leadership, Burkina Faso is rewriting that script. His vision? Sovereignty first, no more foreign dictates. Security on Burkina Faso's terms, not as a pawn in geopolitical games. Economic self-reliance, with a focus on agriculture, trade, and industrialization. This isn't just another meeting. It's a statement of intent. Security, the battle for Burkina Faso's stability. Burkina Faso has been one of the hardest hit nations in the Sahel region by terrorism. Insurgent groups linked to Al-Qaeda and ISIS have wreaked havoc, displacing millions and crippling the economy. The US has long positioned itself as a security partner in the region, but Burkina Faso is no longer interested in being a passive recipient of counter-terrorism aid. Ouedraogo made it clear, Burkina Faso will not be a pawn in global power struggles. Our security strategy must be ours, not dictated from abroad. This marks a drastic shift from the traditional African reliance on foreign military interventions. Instead, Burkina Faso wants direct arms deals, rather than waiting on bureaucratic approvals from Washington. Advanced intelligence sharing, but on equal terms. Military cooperation that respects Burkina Faso's sovereignty, not dictates strategies from afar. The big question, will the US adapt to this new, assertive Burkina Faso, or will it continue with its old methods of engagement? If you're still watching and haven't subscribed yet, we'd greatly appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button, like and share the video. Your support truly motivates us to create more videos like this. Thank you for being a part of our community, breaking free from external influence. One of the most striking moments in the meeting was Ouedraogo's blunt rejection of foreign dominance. Historically, Burkina Faso, like many African nations, has been trapped in a cycle of dependency, with Western nations, China, and Russia vying for influence. But Ouedraogo is cutting through the noise. The era of domination is over. Burkina Faso will not be dictated to. This wasn't just rhetoric. He laid out a clear demand: if the US wants to maintain strong relations with Burkina Faso, it must engage as an equal partner, not a superior. Respect Burkina Faso's policy decisions, even when they don't align with US interests. Support direct economic investments that benefit the local economy, not just multinational corporations. Locard's response? Surprisingly receptive. She acknowledged the need for mutual respect in the partnership, but whether the US follows through remains to be seen. Food sovereignty, Burkina Faso's silent revolution. While security dominated the conversation, another critical issue took center stage: food sovereignty. With global supply chains increasingly vulnerable, Burkina Faso is doubling down on agricultural self-sufficiency. The government's agropastoral and fisheries program aims to reduce dependency on imported food, boost local production and create jobs, strengthen food security in the face of global economic instability. For decades, African nations have been reliant on imported food, often controlled by foreign entities. But Burkina Faso is taking a different route, investing in local farmers, improving irrigation systems, and incentivizing domestic food production. Ambassador Lockhart acknowledged this shift, stating, "We support a strong, independent Burkina Faso. But does this mean the US will adjust its policies to genuinely support African agricultural independence? Or will it continue pushing food imports that undermine local farmers? Only time will tell." The bigger picture, continental movement? This meeting wasn't just about Burkina Faso. It represents a larger trend across Africa. Mali, Niger, and Guinea have pushed back against Western influence. Ethiopia has resisted foreign intervention in its internal affairs. Rwanda and Ghana have adopted aggressive policies for economic self-sufficiency. Burkina Faso stands signals that African nations are no longer willing to be passive players in global politics. They want respect, equality, and sovereignty. For the US, this is a turning point. Will Washington adjust and build true partnerships, or will it cling to outdated strategies that no longer resonate with African leaders? What's next for Burkina Faso? This meeting set the tone for the future of Burkina Faso-US relations. But the real test lies ahead. Will Burkina Faso secure a more independent security partnership with the US? Can the country successfully reduce its reliance on foreign food imports? Will other African nations follow Burkina Faso's lead in demanding true equality in global relations? One thing is certain: Burkina Faso is no longer waiting for approval. It's taking charge of its destiny. Your turn. Let's discuss. What do you think? Is Burkina Faso's push for sovereignty a game changer for Africa? Will the US respect Burkina Faso's new stance, or will tensions rise? How should African nations navigate relations with global powers in this new era? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And before you go, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next video into global affairs. From Ouagadougou to Washington, the world is shifting. Are you paying attention? See you in the next video.